Good morning. So the easiest time for me to do videos are when I'm driving. So unfortunately now with the time changing, driving in the dark when I normally wouldn't be in the dark is going to be not a conflict, but it's going to be like, just assume my videos are audios and they're not visual. So that way you're not upset that you can't see me. So, Lisa, you have a horse that has reverted to feral-like behavior when it comes to being halter broke. Yet you're struggling with leading where the horse blasts past you, kicks up, rears, hits the end of the line, and carries on. Basically having a complete uneducated reaction to being asked to be led. What I would do is I would choose a fence line or a round pen. If you have a round pen, that would be ideal. And I would choose to lead the horse where the horse spent their time between you and the wall. But, and this is a very important but, I would almost go as far as saying practice with another human first, because I want you to see how likely you are to squeezing in the distance between you and the wall while you're concentrating on working with the horse. And the reason I'm telling you that is so often we end up focusing on the horse, and getting ourselves physically closer to the wall. Well, by doing that, we are also pinching out the horse. The horse cannot be in that space because we've now made it too narrow. It's not anything that we do because we're stupid. It's just something that we do because we end up drifting that way, and we end up creating too small of a space for the horse. And by doing that, what happens is the horse either falls way back in almost a pulling back way, like a startled way or a scared way, or that's too narrow of a space for me to go into way, kind of how horses act when you're asking them to go into a trailer, that kind of pull back and think to back off. Or if the pinch of their space happens while they're trying, you can end up causing them to feel claustrophobic and blast past you. Now, if they feel claustrophobic and it's fear driven, which both situations are fear driven, but if they blast past you in fear, also what that usually will result in is a kick will get thrown up, because now the scary thing is behind them and they're going to be defensive. So what I would do is I would stand with my torso on an angle. I wouldn't stand shoulder to shoulder with the horse. I would stand like catty corner. So like my point of hip would be towards the girth. And I would use my left hand to lead the horse, to give the horse direction. So my left hand would be the hand that's attached to the halter, to the lead rope, but to the halter. I always say that your leading hand is the hand that's always attached to the nose. Your leading hand is the hand that can always influence the nose. If you have the excess rope in your right hand, that's not your leading hand, that's your support hand. Your leading hand is the hand that can give the nose any kind of instructions necessary. So you're going to use your leading hand, is going to be your left hand in this case. You're planning on tracking where the horse's right shoulder is against the wall. Let's just teach the horse how to lead on the correct side first, or on the accepted side first, and then we'll go ahead and we'll work on the off side. But let's get the correct side or the accepted side done first. So in your left hand, you're going to have as your leading hand, so therefore the rope is directly connected from your hand to the snap, to your horse's nose. It's not going to be taut, it's going to be loose, but it's going to be the hand that can control the nose if necessary. You're going to put that hand forward. Now you're standing with your shoulders kind of facing the horse, but not completely perpendicular to the horse. You're not going to be standing, like with your stomach completely flat to the side of the horse. You're going to be off on an angle, because you're going to want to try to walk with the horse. So you want to make sure that you can still move your legs in a walking forward way, because if you were standing perpendicular to the horse and you walked forward, you would walk into the horse. We don't want that. So, left hand is going to be telling the horse what you want him to do with his front end. It's going to be telling him what to do with his nose. It's going to offer him direction. Your right hand is going to hold 12 inches. Always 12 inches is what I call my support. 12 inches hangs out of your hand. The rest of the rope, I don't care how you hold the rest of the rope. It can dangle down. It can be caught up in the other hand, whatever. The rest of the rope, just find some place for the rest of the rope. 12 inches hangs out of your right hand. Now, your point, you'll kiss. Okay, now you know me, you particularly, Lisa, know me, so you know that I'm a go cue person, and I am very specific about my go cues. A single kiss means walk, 2 kisses means trot, 4 kisses in rapid succession means canter, period. That's what those always mean, and they always mean forward. My kisses never mean backwards. My horses know that when they hear 2 kisses, they're supposed to pick up a trot in an instant. There's no waiting for them to figure out that, oh, that's not fast enough. Oh, that's not fast enough. Oh, now you want me to trot. It's 2 kisses means trot, period. And they just trot because they hear the 2 kisses. And that's been a great benefit to me because I almost got hit by a car taking Katie and Tyson across the road. And to get out of the road quickly because they came around the stop sign and just like gunned it. And I, just immediately said, and both horses picked up a trot and we ran off the road and, survived. So I would use my left hand to send them forward with my direction. Your intention is I would like you to go that way. It's not pulling. You don't actually have any tension on the line at all. You're going to kiss once and you're going to lean as if you too are going to go for the walk. When you start to lean, you're going to expect the horse to carry his weight in the direction also. If the horse does not move, you're going to take the line, you're going to hold it out of your hand like this, and you're just going to, lob it. You're not going to swing it. You're going to just lob it. Like a little gentle flick of the wrist, causing the rope to just kind of dangle out of your hand and tap. Kind of like laundry swaying in the wind, okay? You're going to tap the horse at the girth, right behind the shoulder, right behind the big puffy sleeve, okay? Which is going to influence the horse to move forward. Now, if he's overreactive, you got to play with the gas. What's your gas? You know what I mean? Like if you slap him with the rope and he freaks out and blasts off, well, clearly you gave him too much gas. I mean, let's make our adjustments based on each horse. If you give him too much gas, make your adjustment. As the horse is willing to walk, you walk with your hands completely in neutral. Your support hand is down to your side, and your leading hand is in front of you. It's like at your belly button, but kind of hung very neutrally. When the horse falls behind, now I expect you to walk at your horse's puffy shoulder, okay? That's where I expect your hip to be connected. I don't want the horse behind you, and I don't want the horse too far in front of you. Too far in front of you obviously puts you at risk of getting kicked. The horse behind gives you the risk of not being able to see what the horse is doing, and in which case you could be missing all kinds of cues that something's going to go wrong. That the horse spotted something over there that's scaring him and he's going to leap on top of you. The horse spotted something behind them that's going to scare him. The nose, if you can't see all the hardware on your halter, I guess that's the best way to put it. I used to say if you can't see all your horse's facial details, but for some reason that doesn't seem to really click. So if you can't see all the hardware of your halter in your almost clear view, but definitely in strong peripheral view, then the horse is too far behind you, period. You need to be able to see what his ears are doing, his eyes are doing, his nostrils doing, his lips are doing. You need to be able to see those things. And if he's past your shoulder behind you, you cannot see those things. And if he's too far ahead, now you're at risk of getting kicked. Okay, so that's where your horse needs to be led at all times when you're working. Now, if you're out grazing your horse, you make your exceptions under those circumstances.
If the horse falls behind, you're going to put your hand forward first. No kiss, put your hand forward first, and hope that encourages him to catch up. And it's not a long delay. Like, you don't wait till the horse is really faded back. As soon as the horse starts to lose momentum, you're going to say, oh, catch up, catch up. You don't even have to say the words. This is the encouragement. This is the intention that you're going to offer. If the horse ends up going too far ahead of you, you're going to create energy in front of him using a wiggle or a bump on the line, but you're not going to pull back. If you pull back, you're going to cause your horse to do a circle around you. You're going to cause your horse to spin around you. You don't want to pull back. You're going to just create energy in front of him. Sometimes, depending on how sensitive the horse is, you can take your support and you can just kind of like create some energy in front of his chest or create some energy in front of both of you. If the horse is walking well, your energy has to be that of complete, yes, alive because you're walking, so you're going to have energy in your body because you're walking, but the relaxation in your body is going to be completely obvious to the horse. Like you don't even realize you're walking with the horse. Like you're walking by yourself somewhere. You're not even trying to entertain, a friend beside you. You're just walking, like from your mailbox to your house, that kind of casual, even you can even like envision yourself like flipping through your mail, like that real casual kind of demeanor you want to have, right? It may not happen in 5 tries, it may not happen in 10 tries, and it may happen right away. But the trick is the consistency. The trick is, if he starts to fall behind, say, no, catch up. If he goes too far ahead, say, no, come back. And you have to kind of be like a nag. And as you nag the horse and then show them that nonchalant, relaxed spot, that sweet spot where you don't bother them, they're going to find that they like to be where you don't bother them. You can make that sweet spot really easily as long as you're kind of picky about every other spot that they choose. So if they choose to be too far ahead, be picky about that. No, I don't really like you being up there. You be picky about that. And be picky about that as it's happening, not once it's already happened. Not once he's already got his flank to you. Not once he's already like so far behind you, you got to turn around and see where he went. As soon as they start to drift behind, as soon as they start to leak ahead, you're going to do something about it then. And when they get to where they're supposed to be, quiet. Now, as far as a horse that might kick, you have a lot of control in this circumstance, okay? You may need to take some time first and get the horse able to go between you and the wall. You may not be able to just pinch him against the wall. You may need to say, how about you go through here? How about you go through here? How about you go through here? And just keep bending them back. I mean, a lot of this stuff I know Lisa, so basically it's just going to be where you're squeezing them. You're turning them around, sending them back through that squeeze space between you and the fence, turning them around, sending them back through that squeeze space between you and the fence, until the horse can look for, how do I make you stop telling me to do that? And then you're going to rest the horse in the proper position. So if you have to get his attention by doing that, then as soon as you get the horse in that position where if you step beside him, you'd be in perfect leading position, and you go relaxed and the horse has a chance to catch his breath, then you try again. I don't have a horse I can demonstrate that with right now because I don't have any horses of my own, not even the little baby, that struggle in the leading education. But if I come across one, I will make sure that I do a video for you. I'll look in through my old videos, and if you happen to be looking through my old videos and you stumble on one that has a horse that can't lead, please let us know, and I'll make sure that I make that video available for this particular post. I appreciate you asking for description of what you would do in this situation. I hope this works out for you. I would love for you to check back and let everybody know that verbally I was able to describe. And like I said, when I come across a horse that needs help, I'll come back to this post and make sure that I show exactly what I was talking about. Or if I have a horse that's struggling